especially in the book of Romans. And you guys hear me make reference to this quite often. And I'm going to just hit on it. I'm not going to stay here very long. Okay? And I'm going to just hit this real quick and then I'm going to move on. Watch this. Is there unrighteousness with God? Certainly not. He says to Moses, I will have mercy on whomever I will have mercy. I will have compassion on whomever I will have compassion. So then, it is not of him who wills. You can't will, that's what we've seen. Nor of him who runs, that's your works, your behavior. But it is God who shows mercy. You see, it's just that simple, folks. People don't like that, but so what? That's what's in the book. For the scripture said to Pharaoh, I raised you up for this purpose. Why? That I may show my power in you, and that my name may be declared in all the earth. Pharaoh was created for that purpose. Therefore, I will have mercy on whom I will, and on whom I will harden. Now, what do you mean he's going to harden people? Does God make people sinners? Of course not. God is holy. He has no sin to give to you. He simply means I will allow them to stay in their sins. A governor can pardon a criminal, but he can leave the rest of them in jail. A president can pardon a criminal. It doesn't make a difference what he did, but he leaves everybody else in jail. He willed to let one criminal go. He hardened the rest. Hardened them? Yeah. Allowed them to pay for their own unrighteous, wicked, evil, criminal deeds. You would say to me, then how in the world can God find fault when nobody can resist his will? God says, shut up. Who are you to talk to me? Remember what we've seen in Isaiah? Nobody can answer to God. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Will a thing formed say to me, who made it, why you did this to me? Does not I, the potter, have power over the clay? Who's the clay? You and me. Every person, every sinner, every person from the same lump of what? The same lump of clay. What's the same lump of clay? Sinners, man. Sinners. God says, don't I have the right from the same group of sinners to do what? To make. Listen, please, this isn't a mistake. God says, I make one type of vessel for what? For honor. What's the honor? Salvation. And another for what? Dishonor. What is that? Hell. You say, what? God does that? Yeah. He hardens by leaving the criminal the guilty. You're guilty. Listen, folks, get over it. Every single person is guilty. If you can die, you are guilty. You are a criminal. You should be cast into hell. Me too. All of us. God is simply pardoning some. That's what he's doing. And what is he doing with the rest? He's leaving them in their guilt. You are guilty. They, the ones he's pardoning, they're still criminals, sinners, just like these. What's the difference? God, because of his own mercy, is pardoning some. Could he pardon all? Of course he could. The governor can pardon and empty the jails today. The president can empty every jail, release everybody. But he doesn't. What does he do? He pardons some. You think that came from man? No, man. That came from God. They're doing the exact same thing God's doing. He's pardoning some sinners, but he's leaving the rest who are guilty and deserve to be in jail. We all, folks, please, you need to get this. We all deserve to be in hell. God, who is rich in mercy, through the precious blood, listen, he paid in blood for those whom he pardons. You got that? God paid the price. He didn't just let him go, friend. He died for him. What if God, listen, wanting, this word show means to demonstrate. What if God wants to demonstrate that he has wrath? How else will God demonstrate he has wrath if there was nobody guilty of sin? It wouldn't be possible. There had to be people guilty of sin for God to demonstrate his wrath and his power. Power? Yes, power to cast into hell. Power to judge and carry out, execute that judgment. Look at what God did. Did he just create him and just, I'm going to cast you in hell? No. We read it in chapter 3. It was forbearance. Listen. God endured. There's your forbearance, folks. Listen, with much long suffering. Who? People, the vessels, the guilty sinners of wrath. What about them, God? These folks are prepared for destruction. Destruction. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't write the book, folks. I'm just telling you what it says. And that he may make known, that is, that he may demonstrate the riches of his glory. Now God is turning around, and the glory that we've seen in chapter 3 that none of us had, he's giving it back. Who's he giving it to? Vessels are people who he shows mercy to. The ones he pardoned. What did he give them? He gave them his own glory. It's not their glory. We don't have any. He gives them Christ, which he, who? God, prepared. When did he do that? Beforehand. Why did he do that? For glory. God answers all the questions, folks. He answers them. Even us, whom God did what? He called. Not just from the Jews, not from just from Israel, but from every nation, tribe, tongue, people. God did that. He didn't have to explain this, folks, but he did. What a wonderful God. All right. Now you can understand what this is saying. Now, I'm going to stop here, but I'm going to just leave you with this. God's plan, and it is God's plan, folks. This is planned. God is simply executing this plan. This isn't random. This isn't happening by chance. God is doing this, and it is his plan. His plan of salvation, it rests in two spheres, okay? Two spheres. The first is God's invitation. God invites every single person to participate. We're going to go through that next time. We'll do it tomorrow morning. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you listening. Hope you're getting something out of it. Father, anoint and bless your word. Have a good night.